Justice for T.SIZZLE. Bring back T.SIZZLE's channel. YouTube. You heard? Listen, okay? Don't let me down, okay? Be a good boy, good girl. YouTube, okay? Anyways, another topic that T.SIZZLE has taught me, being one of his quote-unquote students, okay? He's like the sensei and the shifu, or just the teacher, like Mr. Miyagi or Master Roshi. Okay, all seriousness. One of his topics is male and female anatomy, in parentheses. It mostly sucks to be a woman. Being a man sucks too, but not as much. Women go through that quote-unquote phase for 3 weeks. Less or more than. And then, 1 week, they are alright. And he meaning men, or in this case T.SIZZLE was talking about himself, because I watched the video. And if he's watching this, T.SIZZLE, if you're watching this, you can confirm. This is one of the topics that you taught, one of the video topics that you've made. If you had a girl, you would wait for that week where she's alright, after they go through their quote-unquote phase, that PMS thing for 3 weeks or less or more than, because you also said that 1 week they're alright, or at least usually they have 1 week before that thing repeats again, and T.SIZZLE would get back together with the woman. Women may argue, fight, be moody, etc. because of their phase, quote-unquote phase, aka the PMS. Men are horny as heck. Men are horny AF, so we need to release our load at times. Yeah. He also said that, one of the flaws about being men is we are horny as heck. That's true. Even though my horniness has dialed down, because I've been some of you might say I'm celibate. Some of you might say I'm involuntary celibate. I won't say that term. I'm an inkwell. But I deem myself celibate because I'm yeah, I know you might say I'm doubting myself and all that, but I'm actually not interested in relationships anymore. Yeah, I'm not chasing girls. I'm not trying to ask them out or talk with them. Even if they talk with me or approach me, they're interested in me, it's just friend zone. I don't have that something in me, the spark in me to want to seek relationships. Or maybe you can have like a one night stand or just sleep around or something, but not to the point where I want to be with them or a relationship, because it's so brutal and I'm mostly destroyed, and I'm afraid it's irreparable. It cannot be fixed, or even then it can only be patched with some plasters or band-aids. That's about it. Barely any stuff that can hold it together. I just feel so empty because I've been going on for so long without, even though I tried, but I always get rejected. Okay, I did say in one of my previous videos, one of my old videos, you can go peruse, you can go preview the catalogs, you can scroll, you can find some videos, watch it all the way, rack up my watch hours and all that. Thank you very much. And you'll hear me say that I've tried making friends with girls, I've tried getting a girlfriend, at the very least be friends with girls, but I can't because I'm too hideous, I'm intimidating, I'm just uncomfortable to be around. Even some guys are also uncomfortable being around me, which I find ironic, because they be, no offense, I'm not trying to act all macho and alpha male and all that, but ironically they kind of act like girls too, which is the case because I've also watched other channels that are similar as this one, similar to this, and they be being a snitch towards those channels that I watch, And those those creators that I watch, they say that most of their problems came from men. Not women, men. Women pretty much just leave them alone. Most of their problems are caused by other men, which is absolutely ironic. Absolutely ironic at its finest, to the maximum, to the ends of the world, to the bottom of the Mariana Trench, to the ends of the galaxies, if there's any. I mean, there is an end to the galaxy, the border or something. I guess we're kind of in some kind of a simulation or some kind of a box, or maybe some kind of barrier, maybe a vacuum barrier so thick and so dense that we have to like find something to cut through it, just like how we can cut through sound, when we go so fast and then we break the sound barrier, kind of thing. Going a little off topic, but it's just things that is popping into my mind as we speak. Or we can go as fast as light or faster than light. I think sound is faster, right? I don't know. Sound is probably faster than light. That's why there's something called sound barrier. But light is intangible. You can be faster than light, but there's no light barrier, I guess. Because if you break light barrier, what is there? More light or darkness? What? Who knows? Maybe the essence and all these atoms and molecules and particles and whatnot within the light, the ray of light. Yeah, I'm just rambling, blah blah blah. Let's go back to the topic at hand. Is male and female, men and women. It sucks to be a woman, yeah, that's true. Especially having all this maintenance, your beauty, your upkeep. That's why a lot of women look for a man that can afford their upkeeps, their nails, their ass, their chest, their hair, what have you, And I don't really understand the nails part, why you want to have all those long ass claws. If you want to have like simple manicure, okay, polish your nails, you want to put some style and all, yeah. But I don't understand those monstrous claws that makes you look like some feral beastly beast, those long ass claws. And then you click, I guess. You click your nails on the table and then it's like an ASMR kind of thing. You can even do that with shorter nails, but yeah, I guess longer nails are more satisfying. But I mean, almost all women want to follow that, really. And yeah, I know that's like the standard, that's like the basis, but who told you that you should follow? Don't you have any liberty and autonomy for yourself, any freedom and independence, right? Going into that efilist, that feminist, the womanist thing, which I won't be too explicit about, otherwise, consequences. John Wick, arrogant asshole, he didn't shoot. But yeah, it's a lot tougher being a woman, I guess, and also in this case, it's equal, I would say. It's equal, now we are even. Back in the day, yes. Before we got to this point, I would say it's a lot difficult being a woman. By this point in time, a lot of you women are very privileged, so there's no denying, okay? Alright, my sisters, my fellow sisters, human sisters, alright? Your bro over here is saying that you are not privileged. Yeah, you are not underprivileged and all that. Yes, you are. So yeah, I guess you're happy and you're proud, especially the fact that you fought for it so hard. You fought so hard for it, And not to mention I'm half and half, because I want this BS to stop, this gender war, so I would say be equal. Not every single thing, okay, because there are some things that men can do that women cannot, and there are some things that women can do that men cannot. So half and half. It's a give or take, it's a fair trade. And you can disagree with me in the comments, okay, I can hear them already. You can call me a bigot, you can call me this, you can call me that, because there are some things, even though I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt, I say that I'm 50-50 and you still disagree with me, then the problem is you, the problem is a you problem, okay? Capiche? Comprende? Si? Si, señorita? Si. Okay, bene. Muy bien. But yeah, as for men, we are horny, we have the control. That's why we created religion. We created religion to be very misogynistic, very misogynistic, very sexist, very sexist. I know I'm being a little cringe, but hey, I'm not trying to be too explicit with my wordings. Otherwise, yours truly, YouTube might do something about it. Anyways, justice for T.SIZZLE, bring back his channel, okay, YouTube? Just being a little corny and cheesy and all that. Just to ease the tension. But yeah, for guys, we have to control our horniness. That's why we created religion, to be quite mostly catering to men, and then we want women to cover themselves up, because the women's anatomy and physiology and all that is very captivating and attractive. Not gonna lie, I lie to you not, I kid you not, I joke you not, I ha you not, I be funny with you not, okay? It's really very attractive, very seductive, seductress, provocative, turning on, all those things, sexualizing, which happens a lot nowadays. You can find it on most social medias, especially Instagram. Ooh la la, ara. Yeah, you can see a lot of them underdressed, women. Yeah, I don't care about that. As long as you're not trying to be manipulative about it. That's how I am, especially even out in public. I don't discriminate. If you want to be almost half naked and all and whatnot, sure, by all means. But what I don't like and I don't accept is you trying to make men thirsty for you, or maybe some other women too, the lesbians, and then you want to say they're being creeps. No, you did the advances, you did the advancing, and then they just play along, or they kind of be honest about it, and they say you're very attractive, you're very sexy, you have a very nice body and build and anatomy and physiology, and then you say creep, especially men, So you are the one that instigated, initiated, and started and began and incepted, the inception of it, the whole thing, and then you want to blame, which is, I don't want to sound sexist or anything, but it's kind of typical, isn't it, for you, on your part, on your end, women, they like to say that, well, you did something that caused me to do these things. It's like, no, sister, you did it, so it's your fault, 100%. You could have controlled yourself, you could have not done that, alright? That's why some things you say don't make sense. And again, I don't want to sound sexist again, even though you can say that I am, but I'm not, okay? We don't want to go there now, alright? Not because I'm afraid or anything, I'm just trying to keep the peace and all. That's all. Just being the mediator, the harmonizer, the harmonica, okay? Maybe if I was to be an instrument, musical instrument, I'll be the harmonica, because I like harmony, peace and harmony. But anyways, going back to what I was about to say. 3 things you need to know about women. 3 words to describe women. Number 1, weird. Number 2, confusing. Number 3, opposite. In a nutshell. Weird, confusing, opposite. If you women, you ladies, my sisters have words to describe men, go ahead. But I will give and I know it sounds biased and all, but here we go. 3 words to describe men: simple, straightforward, boring. Yeah, simple, straightforward, boring. I know, I'm boring myself. I'm quite boring. Maybe that's why I'm single. Besides the fact that I'm not interested as well. Cough, cough. Just trying to paint myself as a goody two shoes and all that, what I'm saying. Yeah, I know I'm not funny. I used to be though. Sad. So sad. Too bad, too sad. Womp womp, I know. I can hear it already. Sob story, womp womp. But anyways, it's back in the day, it sucks to be a woman. Even nowadays, especially the PMS part, where you get all moody and your hormones fluctuate, influx and all that, yeah. It sucks, blame the creator, this evil, wicked ass fucking retarded creator, this evil god that created women, If you go learn about the Gnosticism, yeah, it says that this Sakla, the blind one, this Yaldabaoth, the fool and whatever, this retard, in a nutshell, he created women as such to suffer because obviously he's a male, right? And maybe those people, the higher-ups, the elites, the government knows that this god is a male. That's why I kept saying he, Yeah, that's why it's always a he, not a she or it. So yeah, they have secrets that they don't tell us. They have secrets that they don't want to share because they know that people will get out of hand. They know that people will start a revolution and all that. They want things to be the same. Otherwise, best believe that things would have been different. There will be a bigger war than World War III already. It'd probably be a Terminator Genesis by now, It'd probably be like X-Men, Days of Future Past, Trask Industries, or Trask, where they release the Sentinels. I guess they will release a Sentinel for humans, which is Terminator. You've been terminated, Talk to the hands. I am a Terminator. You are terminated. Nice night for a walk, eh? Nice night for a walk. Nothing clean, right? Nothing clean, right? Give me your clothes, your shoes, your clothes. My shoe is bigger than this car. Trent from Expendables. And Bruce Willis got into a smart car, mini car. Yeah. Shoot something. Yeah, just being a little humorous and referential, giving some references here. Yeah. You got Sentinels, they're for mutants. And then I got Terminators that are the equivalent of Sentinels for us humans. And then one of us is gonna give a speech like Magneto, Why? Because they're afraid of us. They're afraid of our gifts. Instead, I give you a single glimpse. Or something like that, Come out into the light. Don't hide in the shadows. Don't fear. Fight for our rights as human beings of planet Earth. Fight for our rights as citizens of this planet. No more hiding. Human brothers, sisters, all dead. Where were you, Charles? Hiding. You and Hank, pretending to be someone you're not. Or is it something? Pretending to be something you're not. You abandoned us all. We were supposed to protect them. What happened? They got extinguished by the Terminators. We were supposed to be like Kyle Reese, Sarah Connor. We were supposed to save them. You abandoned us all. Exactly, you know, that's how I see it. You know, equivalent, mutant, humans. It kind of rhymes also. Human brothers, sisters, all dead. Where were you, Charles? Hiding. Think about it. Stupid as retarded bitch of a fucking creator. That's why I say look up to the sky. Why I'm like this when I used to have it so good, but now I'm a joke. You know, watch my video. From bloke to joke. Fucking ass. You fuck. You hear me? Yeah, I hope you're hearing, you fuck. I would have a girlfriend right now. I wouldn't even be making videos like these. I wouldn't even have a channel like this. I wouldn't have even gotten to know the blackpill and all that. I'd be smashing her right now. I'd be having, you know, okay, I'll stop. A little TMI right there, but yeah. I mean, Nora Victor, you know, she has seen the difficulties of being a male, being a man, a woman, you know, a womanese, you know, a woman fighter for women's rights and all that, you know. I don't want to be too direct with the term. Yeah, she has transitioned herself into a male. She couldn't take it. It was tough. She started to dislike women too, being a woman herself, because she lived as a male, a man, and then she's seen how women treat men. Quite harsh, you see? And then she also gets treated nice by other men. You know, if you watch that video, she went to a bar and then they played pool or a snooker, you know, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, you see the guys, the bros, right? Just chilling, drinking, you know, just playing pool. And then she couldn't take it and then she offed herself, unfortunately. But I really, really thank her for, you know, stepping up to the plate and taking one for the team kind of thing. Being courageous, you know. Now you know what it's like being in our shoes. I don't know what's up with my voice for all of a sudden. You know, when I'm speaking blatant facts, all of a sudden my throat wants to F up. It wants to screw up besides telling me enough. No, screw you, throat. No Diddy. Screw you, throat. No Diddy, no homo. Nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying. But yeah, you know, a shout out to the women also for looking after themselves, you know, looking after themselves for their guys, looking after themselves just in general, looking after themselves, trying to attract the men, you know. Yeah, the upkeep and all that. Shout out to them for having standards, you know, healthy, balanced, fair standards, you know. I'm speaking for the women, if you're wondering. For the women, for the girls, for the ladies, okay? And I'm not trying to get attention from them, pick me men, you know, pick me boy and all. No. I'm just giving credit where credit's due. Yeah, shout out, you know. It's a lot of hassle, and then not to mention with their emotions, you know, because they're naturally emotional, or natural, emotional, and then they're able to control it and be logical and practical and rational, and I love that, you know. Not saying you should be completely exempt of all your emotions for the women. But yeah, shout out, you know, highest form of shout out to y'all. And for the men too, you're able to show some emotions and all, because back in the day, you know, toxic, yeah, I'm not gonna say it. And then men are not supposed to show emotions and all that. too chivalrous, and then we are disposable, this and that. We are supposed to suck it up. We're supposed to take it on a chin like a man, blah blah blah. We're supposed to hide our emotions and stow it away. Emotionless little robots, right? Just to take everything from the wife or the girlfriend and whatnot. Just absolutely ridiculous and absolutely BS. We should not go through that. We should not have to suffer and endure that. So shout out to the guys, Shout out for keeping it strong too, just like the women. Shout out to keeping up with the fight, fighting the good fight, in this day and age. When the odds are against us men mostly. Shout out for pushing through, prevailing, for biting the bullet, putting your leg down, right? Is that how you say it? You put your foot down or something and then you just advance, you march onwards. Yeah, shout out, shout out to the troopers, all of us that see life being fucked up and then we are going our own ways and all. Yeah, just shout out. Congrats, praise. Should listen to Lady Gaga. Applause, applause, applause. I'll never be applause, applause, never be applause, applause. Never be way that you cheer and blah blah blah. Applause, applause, applause. Na 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 na. Or Elton John. I'm still standing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm still standing. Na 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 na. Na na na, true survivor. Living like a little kid. I'm still standing after all this time. Na 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 na, off my mind. I'm still standing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Shout out. Because we all still standing. We all deserve applause, applause, applause. Okay? Shout out. But yeah, it sucks to be human in general. But if you want to break it down, it sucks even more for a woman, being a woman back in the day. But it sucks even more to be a man as of today. But I would say it's equally balanced. It sucks to be a woman back in the day and today. It also sucks to be a man back in the day and today, That's why I say it just sucks to be a human being in general. The moment you're human, the moment you're Homo sapien 46 chromosome, you're cooked. Just like the cooked dog meme. Or Sisyphus, back and forth. Exactly. You're trying to push the boulder up the hill, and it's so heavy. One wrong step, one wrong move, and it rolls on you, and then it goes all the way down, and you have to push the boulder up again, or maybe you'll manage to push it all the way to the top, the vantage point of a mountain or a hill, and then imagine it rolling off to the other side, and then phew, all that effort for nothing. Have to push it back up again, or maybe you can just leave it down there, Maybe you can be on top of the world, cause I'm on top of the world. I'm on top of the world. Make it right now. Living my dreams as a child. I'm on top of the world. Imagine Dragons. Take it in, but don't look down. I'm on top of the world. Yeah, so justice for T.SIZZLE. Bring back T.SIZZLE's channel, YouTube. That's what he taught us. That's what he taught me. And there's facts, some fun facts, some little bite-sized pieces, but not really bite-sized pieces, right? Bite-sized chunks, it's just valuable information that he taught us. And then I want to bring him down like that? Are you serious? Are you kidding me right now, YouTube? Come on now. I know you're better than this. I know you are. Perk your ears up and listen. I know you're way better than this. Don't use your AI clanker to respond to him, to respond to us. Use your human resources, your human resource to respond to us. Those with emotions and empathy and apathy and sympathy. All those pathies. Alright, all those pathies. And listen up and bring back his channel. Otherwise, you'll be going to court, We don't want that for you. We don't. Justice for T.SIZZLE. Bring back T.SIZZLE's channel. Alright? Yeah. It's one of the topics that he's taught us. So I ramble long enough, Shout out to men and women. Equally in our own rights, okay? Because both of us can't do every single thing that, possible. Men can't do every single thing that women can. Women can't do every single thing that men can, okay? And that's just facts. That's just biology. I'm not being biased at all. It's just 50-50. Fair and square, equal share, equal trade, bilateral relations, multilateral relations, just like countries, like the indigenous people said. Indigenous people in America and Canada, like West Studi said from that movie, I forgot the name, but he said, "You are not my country. I like what I have." Exactly. I guess we are like countries, walking countries, coming from respective nations, our respective nations and respective countries. We are walking countries. So bilateral, multilateral relations, and then we do exports, imports. We export, we give our services. We import, we take something back from them and all, yeah. Exchange. Everything is transactional after all, isn't it? Yes, it is. Every damn thing is transactional. Those that weren't before has now been transactional, which is ironic and interesting, isn't it? Everything is being monetized, almost everything is being monetized and capitalized, capitalism, which is a shame, because things that used to be free and wholesome and meaningful is now barred, is now put behind lock and key, which is money. And then if you don't have the money for it, the means for it, right, the key is thrown away. Okay, the money is not there for you. The money is not there for you to go through, to trespass, to admit, right? No admittance. To encroach. So yeah. Shout out to men and women, in our own equal rights, respective rights. Bring back T.SIZZLE's channel, Justice for T.SIZZLE. Y'all go check out his stuff, check out my community post and whatnot, okay? I've shared some stuff. And I also go check out our other channels that he's recommended. He shared, Yeah, very good stuff. Justice for T.SIZZLE. Bring back T.SIZZLE's channel, YouTube. That's all I gotta say. That's all. That concludes one of his topics that he's taught us, that he's taught me. Be you, do you. Signing out now. Adios.